Hey everybody, so today we're going to be taking a look at the Far Cry 5 arcade editor's lighting capabilities. As you can see on your screen right now, that's some of the lighting I've done on my maps. If you have any interest in playing those, the download link will be in the description. But as you can see, lighting really does enhance the graphical look of your map, as well as adds mood to it and realism. So it's something that's honestly overlooked by an overwhelming amount of map creators. And we'll set the daytime to dark here just to be able to see the lights a little bit better. So go ahead and put that to nighttime. So we'll go ahead and add in a lamp. So we're going to be looking at lamps, flickering lights, fire, as well as some cool stuff in a bunker that's in the backyard of this house. So in order to start out here, we're going to go ahead into our objects, lights and effects, and go down to lights. We're going to spawn in the Omni light. Now I'm going to put it over here because I just want to show you how big of a difference this makes. So we'll first do the lamp, which is the simplest form. By the way, if you're an experienced editor or you're just interested in a specific part of this, there's timestamps right there on your screen or in the description. You can just go to either one and watch either light technique that you want. So we need to go ahead here and add in a lamp or a lantern. So go ahead to objects, and I think there's one in, I want to say residential lighting. I believe there's one in here. Yes, okay. So we're going to go ahead and add in the one here that is already lit. And if we go ahead and just jump into the map here, this is what most people would put down, is just this plain old lamp, lantern, that, you know, it doesn't shadow on the chairs here. It doesn't look realistic. It's bland. So we'll go ahead and jump back into the map editor, and we'll place this up on our counter here, a little bench that we got. And there we go. We'll go ahead and take the Omni light and bring this right over. Now place this directly where the light source would be coming from on the object. So about right there is good. Go ahead and highlight it. Object options, go into custom properties. And here we can basically change anything about this light. We can make the light flicker. We can change the radius, the colors. So in order for a lantern, as you can notice, the light coming out of this is white, but it's a lantern, which would be a yellowish color. So if we go down into colors, we have RGB, red, green, and blue. In order to make yellow or orange, we need to cut out blue. So we'll go ahead and start dropping some of this color down, and as you can see, it will get more and more yellow. Now you want to find, there really isn't any set numbers, just kind of eyeball this, whatever you think looks good, because honestly the numbers will change depending on where you're putting the light. So we'll go ahead and just get to where we think it looks good. I think right there looks good to me. So this is a little bit too strong of a light for a lantern like this. We'll go ahead and turn down our intensity here, which affects the strength of the light. So go ahead, the brightness rather, we'll drop this down to about right there. I think that looks good. Now the radius is how far away objects are affected by this light. We'll also turn this down to about 4.5 seems good. Okay, so that's pretty much it. That's for a lantern. So if we jump back into the map, you can already see just right there, it's quick and easy. There's a massive difference in the graphical quality and realism here. So you can see there's shadows on the chairs, the bench has shadows. It generally adds more atmosphere, more realism to your map. So the next thing we're going to jump into is fire, which is a little bit more complex, but it's honestly still not that hard. So we're going to put some fire in our barrel here. So we're going to go ahead and do objects, lights and effects, and down to fire, fire barrel. Go ahead and throw this right in here. So again, I'll move this out of the way just to show you the huge difference. We'll jump into the map. Fire here looks bland. I mean, there's no light coming off of this. It does not look good at all. So now I want to show you how to make it look realistic. So we'll take the light, bring it back over to our barrel, just again kind of position it wherever it looks good. I think right about there. looks good to me. So again, we'll go ahead and highlight our light here, custom properties, and for fire, we actually need to make the light flicker. So we'll go down to our flickering settings and just kind of turn them up a little bit. Again, this is another situation where the numbers will change. It's kind of just eyeball. So we'll turn the noise up, which is the randomness of the flickering. Generally, I think fire hangs around like 2.5 seems to work good for me. Amplitude is how big, I guess you could say, the differences between the brightness and the darkness here. So if you notice I turn this up, the light will start to actually flicker. If I turn it down, the light will just kind of dim and get brighter. So 1 seems good for fire, and then frequency is just the frequency, how often the light will flicker. And I notice around 2 seems to work good. So as you can see here, it already looks like there's fire. The only thing we really have to change here at this point is the intensity, because it's going to be brighter than a lantern, and we copied that light. So go ahead and turn this up. Now as you notice, if you turn the intensity up, for some reason it seems like the frequency also goes up. So if we go down to noise, and I guess we'll just drop noise down to 1.5 now. Go ahead into blue, and we need to make this more yellow, more orange, so we'll go ahead and cut some more blue out of this till we get it to where we want, and I think about right there seems good to me. So there you go. Now you have more realistic looking fire. Go ahead and spawn in here, and if we walk up to it, you can see that now it's giving off light that a fire would. It's flickering, it's shadowing. It looks much more realistic than it did previously. So that's fire. Again, play around with the settings, just whatever you think looks good. I think this doesn't look too bad now. So the another form of lighting we're going to look at is flickering lights, specifically from electricity, light bulb. So what we'll do is go into objects, go into Far Cry 5 objects, and then I believe residential again has lighting for the sides of homes. Yes, okay, so we'll spawn in one of these, place it in again, pick the model that's already lit, go ahead and place it in here, and then we're going to have to adjust it to fit onto the wall. Go ahead and spin it around this way, and we'll put it, let's see, about like right here seems good to me. So we'll take our light. Again, you want to place it where the source of the light would be coming from. So about right here in front of this. Okay, go ahead and we'll go into the custom properties of the light again. Now for blinking lights like this, we're going to get rid of the yellow tint, because this is obviously coming from a regular light bulb. So put it back all the way to white. Now specifically for these, you want the amplitude higher than I used for the fire, because if you notice, the light never actually fully goes out. The goal is to make the light flicker. So if we turn the amplitude up here, you'll notice the light will start to flicker, as well as we'll turn the noise up, which is the randomness. Now as you'll see it start to come together, that looks good to me. It looks like the light's kind of, losing electricity, gaining electricity. So go ahead and reposition this. And well, that's that. There you go. You have a flickering light. Now, one thing that I recommend people add in to give this a little bit more realism is come into lights and effects, electrical effects, take the sparks fountain effect, and go ahead and put this right next to your light bulb. If we go ahead and jump into the map, what you'll notice is now we have a light that is giving off electrical sparks and flickering. Again, you can turn the intensity down. This is a little bit fast for some people. Some people may even want it faster than this. But as you can see, it gets the idea across that this light, is losing electricity. It's about to go out, and now it's sparking, which gives it that extra realism. So another form of lighting we'll take a look at too is down in the bunker. And I use this in the pictures that you saw in the beginning of the video of things I've done in my own map. So we have a little bunker here in the backyard. We'll bring this down in here. Okay, bring it in here. Now, a lot of the times in a bunker like this, people like to make it kind of look apocalyptic. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and shut off the flickering because we don't need that for this anymore. And what we're going to do is actually make the light red. So we'll go ahead and drop out all the green from it, as well as all of the blue. Now, as you can see, if you play around with the RGB colors, you can make pretty much any color light. So now we have this red light here. Go ahead and we're going to drop the intensity down a little bit, down to like 2. Turn the radius up a tad here. Okay, that seems good to me. So we'll go ahead and find another light to put in. Go to Far Cry 5, Objects, go into Industrial Lighting. And okay, we got this. Let's see, is there anything better? No, we'll go with that. Okay, so we'll put in this light bulb here. What we'll do is go ahead and we will put it on the wall here. Just position it up here. Bam. All you gotta do, take the light, simply drag it up here, and that's pretty much all there is to it to get this kind of really cool, underground bunker with, alarms going off, and yeah, that's how you get that look. Now, another thing you could do with this, if you wanted to kind of give it the impression that this bunker was under lockdown, go into custom properties and we'll do the flickering again. Turn up the amplitude and the noise. Now, what we can do is keep increasing the amplitude and the noise till we get to this kind of slow flashing here. What we do is turn the frequency up, noise down. Just again, kind of play with it, get to where it works. Now, it kind of gives this impression again that the light is flashing like the bunker is on lockdown. It's just all about playing with the numbers. Now, actually, I think if we turn the noise down, this up and this up as well. There we go. Okay. There, okay. So that seems good to me. So if we spawn in now, it will look like the bunker light is basically going off like the bunker is on lockdown. Again, just play around with the settings. You can pretty much do anything with this. Now for general lighting, I'll go over one more technique that you can use with certain type of lights that are in the game. So this is going to be the spotlight. So we'll go ahead and go to Objects and 5, we'll go into Residential Lighting again. We'll take a little lamp here. Oops, I'm in kitchen stuff. Lighting. Am I in kitchen again? Why do I keep doing that? There we go. Go in here, and okay, I'll take a little desk lamp, place it on the desk, and spin it around. Okay. Now go into lighting again, and this time we're going to go into lights and add in a spotlight. So we'll place it in, or bring it up to our object here. We need to just kind of rotate it. Bring it down like this. Again, kind of put it where the light source would be coming from. We'll go ahead and highlight it. And we're going to open up the angle of this. Make it a little bit wider on the table there. I'll actually turn this tad bit here, turn this tad bit there. Again, I mean, it's pretty simple once you understand how to use these settings and how to apply them. The angle obviously makes it bigger, smaller. Turn the intensity down just because it's a little bit too bright. Drop this down here to about right there. We'll turn down the radius. And again, this would probably be a little bit of a redder tinge to the lighting, yellowish tinge. Now, there we go. So if we go ahead and spawn in here, you can see now we have a little lamp. Oops, well, we ended up top. I guess we can just drop down into the bunker anyway. So we'll head down in here. There we go. And we have a little lamp. So You know, I could go through a million different uses for these lighting techniques. I mean, you can use them in thousands of different situations. But it's basically just understanding, accessing the light's custom properties, how to use it, what settings do what, and then just applying them to the situation that you're in. So again, I hope this helped, guys. This is very important in your maps. It's extremely overlooked. And then, you know, just another perspective, if I go ahead and delete this and I jump into the map again, there's a massive difference in how the lights look. I mean, this light is giving off this tiny little light bulb compared to, you know, the light before was illuminating on the books. It's just the level of realism you can get is much, much higher. And I think that putting the time into lighting is definitely worth your time if you want your maps to look real, look good. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you want more. I will be releasing more tutorials on things like this that I think will be useful to your map editing. So again, thank you, and have a good day.